But yeah, going back to because the I think a lot of people when they remember your breakthrough, they would say, "Yes, you did Facts of Life of with Jeff
Jeff
Lober."
Lorber. Dum, 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 dum. Hey, yep.
Having sort of a bubble hit. Um, how did that feel? Because it's one thing to sing backgrounds going on and doing shows and stuff, but now you actually are getting charting with your voice. How did that experience feel?
Man, jeez. I was just so thankful because, like I told you, I just, it had to happen. So it just shows you what your positive affirmations and the hard work. Because I don't feel like I was just the greatest vocalist. I feel like my girlfriend's voice was better,
Yeah, you mentioned Karyn White.
but, I got the deal, and Warner Brothers, said if the song did well enough that they would sign me to my own contract, and it did. And if you watch the Facts of Love video, I have people tell me, they were like, we knew you were destined to be a star, just because, I mean, you could not stop me. And it's kind of sad when I look at it. I'm like, man, boy, I didn't give a dang. If you don't put the mic in front of me on stage if you was artist, because it's like, calm down, girl. But on stage, with Jeff Lorber, it was just, it was, I just, I just had it, you know what I mean? And it felt great. And the band, and Dave Koz was the sax
Oh,
player.
Dave, yeah,
Dave
Dave.
was that way too, still in the show. Dave was, in the audience. I mean, and you could just see it. You knew that he was going to be, just
Ah,
that. And that was such a great time. And these great musicians, like I said, Jeff Lorber, and starting with him, and him featuring me on the album, and then touring. We'd opened up for Shaka and Al Jarreau, and just it was just an amazing amazing time, and so much learning from Jeff. And I didn't, and then I was a little spoiled because I've always played around the best musicians, so I definitely
mm,
was like, mm, like I wasn't playing when it came to my musicians, because when you start like that, it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
you gotta be bad, and
yeah.
I still hold myself to that, that honor of definitely making sure that the musicians I play with are on that level. So I'm just inspired, and I'm just it's been a ride. I'm thankful, man.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's the one thing that you learn from hearing those who work in the jazz is because the musicians they take their musicianship much very seriously. And it's less about putting on it's about putting on a full show, and it's not relying on being in this on a studio production track. So
Right.
the audience will feel the energy when you're live. So there's no one that hasn't seen your performance at the Apollo of Superwoman and Secret Runner, but that won't say, "Wow, look at the energy." She's wearing high heels,
Oh yeah,
little small dress, but she's just taking Tina Turner to task. So you can see
there you
that.
go. Somebody knows here. That's right. That's my girl. I forgot to say Tina. How dare me? Kill me for not giving my girl her roses. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was Tina and Diana.
Okay.
That was because you got the soft and feminine. I'll go there, but then it was the rough. So
Yeah.
I'll even tell them that. Sometimes I like it sweet, and sometimes I like it rough, like Tina. Right. Yeah, that's right. There you go.
But then, so Benny, I mean, most of us would have heard Benny Benita, Signs I'll Be Sure, Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, manager of J Lo now, but he was head of black music at Warner Brothers. Um, did they sign you directly to Warner Brothers, or was it through some production deals through?
Praise God. No, I had an amazing deal. No, it was directly through Warner Brothers.
Wow.
And yeah,
And
I
that's
don't even
rare for a black artist, so it's not.
know. And Warner Brothers was such a premier boutique label. Yeah. So it was definitely great, great deal. And I was with Left Bank Management at the time, because they was the ones who managed they managed Jeff Lorber, so
Okay.
they had managed me at the time before I got with the incredible Larkin Arnold after that. Mm-hmm.
So those early days, I mean, did the learning of the musicianship and the writing prepare you for the business side of the industry at the same time? Do you get to sort of learn what to
Oh
do?
yeah. Let me go back a little bit because when you
Okay.
talk about the business and learning, very blessed to have Sturkin and Rogers, Evan Rogers really groomed me. He was the person who wrote the Facts of Love for Jeff Lorber. And I'm going to say Evan Rogers because he's the one who's discovered Rihanna. And so shout out to Evan Rogers. So yeah, so he taught me, he was an amazing, incredible singer, writer, producer, taught me how to sing, background, got me my publishing deal at Warner Brothers. And I just learned so much from the business side. Evan was Italian, but you would have thought he was a brother. He kind of reminded you of Prince. He was kind of like that. He had like a, small frame, and he was like Italian, but he dated Black girls, I mean, married to a Black girl. So yeah, so I really learned a lot from the business from him, from
Wow.
Carol Ware. I think she was at MCA. So yeah, it was I loved Los Angeles at the time because it just seemed like, I don't know, for me, I just had such a magic, when I think about it, it was happening very fast. I sang on Shanice's, as a background singer, Shanice's Can You Dance, her first single with Brian, what was his name? Shanice's first producer. He was hot at the time.
Not Nadia. No, okay.
No, I can't remember. But anyway, started there and, knew John McClain and worked with the Commodores. So I had a lot
Wow.
of, I had a lot of mentors to teaching me. And like I said, Robert Brooke. And so I just I'm very fortunate when I look back on it. Just, I didn't have one of those, I was a very good girl in the industry, didn't have to do anything crazy to get a deal. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
very blessed the way I was walked in. Don Cornelius, like I said, really helping me, mentoring me also, because I was going to sign with him, but I didn't. And but he would take care of me and send me checks from time to time and tell me to come up
Wow.
to Soul Train and dance. And so he wound up signing Rosie Gaines. And so just some of the giants, in the business that really groomed me. And so when, and especially when I got with Jimmy and Terry, that's where the grooming business came, because Ron Sweeney and just being around Clarence Avon and really just seeing how they had so much integrity and
Hmm.
I remember Warner Brothers told me they were of Steve, was it Steve? What was Steve's name? Steve Ivory? Steve Ivory used to be, I think, the Black Beat magazine. I remember him saying, like, Warner Brothers was kind of complaining, saying she went from, an artist to a CEO. She looks like a CEO. I started dressing different, and they don't want you to be too smart.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like, wait
hearing.
a minute now, so and then just understanding, what kind of deals to do and what kind of deals to not do. And the only thing, like I said, I just wish I would have just been a little bit more thankful and appreciative of, when you're so young, of just all these greats. You get what I'm saying? Like Ella and
Mm.
Bass and Daryl and Jimmy and Terry and Clarence and Don Cornelius. I just didn't, when you start out with great, sometimes you kind of take it for granted.
Mm.
So that would be the thing I wish I could just do over. I could just really needed somebody to tell me, do you know you're living like a 1% dream? Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
when you get everything, when you first come out and you're gold and then you're platinum and then what do you know? Your standards
Yeah,
are so high. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
sometimes you could just think, oh, it's just supposed to happen. And then you realize, no, it ain't.
Yeah. Well, being local, did it seem to make a difference for you, being that this was your city, you know?
Yeah, it made it made a big difference because I mean, for me, I was available. Yeah, I was there. You know what I mean? I understood the lay of the land. I knew how to maneuver. I respected others' gifts. And I just, I guess I was, I don't know. I would just say people liked me. So that was a big part of, knowing your place and just being appreciative of it. So, and just, even I would go to the studio with Ella and Face and them, and they'd be doing, Johnny Gill or whoever. I just come up there. I just want to sit and learn, and then, want to get on the background? Yes, what I mean? And then they started calling me for everything for the sound, but just being available and wanting to learn. But that's something that's got to be in you, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I really knew that they were incredible. I just knew they were gifted, and I knew, I was like, wow. So when they just kept on writing number ones and going on to 100 songs, it's like, oh my God, you know what I mean? I was just thankful to be at the start of it,
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe and turn on your notification. But better still, check out our membership where you can get to watch these videos from day one, as well as our monthly meetings when we get to meet up and talk with myself and the rest of the people who are members, but also some exclusive interviews, which I don't get to broadcast. But thanks for watching and hope to see you soon.